Okay, so I watched the videos, actually, both of them, and it's just too low even for me. So I said I didn't want to delete them because the kids are on there, and they're the R to our daddy's special heart. So I thought it would be important for them to be on there. So I'm going to leave the low videos because those will be more detailed. But I just thought that I would make another video to kind of briefly tell you, the history behind the name. As I said in those videos, but again, they're very low. My husband, Terrence Moore, collapsed in 2014 at a video game tournament. He passed away shortly after he collapsed. I received um, word. Well, I don't even want to say word, but he passed away from cardiopathy, and I found out on the death certificate. I had no idea what cardiopathy was because I didn't see any known signs. This is why you need to not be walking around the world green. Like, we really don't do research on stuff until stuff actually attacks us on a personal level, until it becomes personal. And that's what it is for me now because my husband was my best friend. He had other friends, but he was that for me, my go to. He had my back even when he should have. There were times that he should have gave up on me, but he absolutely honored our vows and loved me and was there with me until death did us part. Um, but to get back on the name behind the channel, Our Daddy Special Heart is something that I decided to do in 2014, the later part of 2014, because our son inherited a heart condition from his dad. It started out as LVH, which was basically his walls of his heart being enlarged. They were concentric at the time, which means that they were enlarged all the way around. So this was a condition that if I gave him the right um, the right diet and he was as active as he needed to be, which was doing activities that would promote the heart pumping and flowing the way that it needed to, he would be able to have the condition reversed and he would be okay. So I changed his diet, and the doctor approved for him to play basketball. He loved basketball, so I made sure that I kept him as active as possible. Um, when his dad passed away in October, I, really kind of I went into a depression for a minute, but while doing research for our son on, kid friendly things that you can eat that are good for the heart, because my son was a picky eater because his dad was a picky eater. So it was kind of complicated for me to find things that he would be willing to eat that would be, good for his heart. So I started out with broccoli and spinach. Um, we drank a lot of water, and that wasn't something that we did beforehand. That's not something that I'm proud to say, but water is definitely in rotation in our house now, and it's really like the best thing because our daughter has one kidney that functions, so it would have been beneficial for her to be drinking water all the time anyway. And then during the research, I found out that cranberry juice is good for you and your heart as well. So now everybody is drinking that because cranberry juice is good for the kidneys as well as the heart. So there's so many things that work hand in hand, and this is what I found out while doing research for my son. I am registered to the Sudden Cardiac Arrest Awareness.org. So it is SCA Awareness.org. When I do the events yearly, people are welcome to leave donations, and when they leave a donation, I forward it to the Sudden Cardiac Arrest Awareness.org in my husband's name. Um, the events again are in February, the third Sunday in February every year. It starts about 12:45 following, my brother's sermon. It's at our church on 76th Place in Avalon in Los Angeles, California. The church is located right across the street from Fremont High School. The address is 7622 South Avalon Boulevard, um, Los Angeles, California, 9001. I would love for you guys to come out and just become more aware, get informed, because to be honest with you, this is something that can attack any race, any age, anybody, male, female. So if I can help save somebody's life, that is something that I want to do, because you only get one life, and with me seeing that someone can literally collapse and be gone in a matter of seconds, it taught me that you don't need to take life for granted. And if you're not doing anything worth anything, your time here, what the heck are you doing? So I started this thing out to make sure that I had my son in my life as long as possible, because I didn't want to lose him like I lost his dad. But it became so much deeper than that. I said, I'm not going to be selfish with this. I'm going to spread the word and, help other people to not be walking around blind in this world, because it attacks everybody. Like I said, his mom recently passed away from cardiopathy. That's actually who he inherited it from. So it's obviously something that can be genetically, passed on from generation to generation, because I believe that her dad had it as well. So his grandfather had it, his mom had it, he had it, now our son has it. So this is something that you need to be able to look at the signs and say, this doesn't have to necessarily be the end of my life, but how can I give myself a longer life, longevity? So hopefully with the quizzes, I can, help you see that it's not as hard as you think it is. It's not as handicapping as you think it is. You can eat basic stuff. I mean, when I tell you that I cook whatever it is that I want to cook, but I've changed the preparation. I mean, like I said, just come to the event so that you can hear what it is that I have to offer. Because I cook things in my crock pot now. I bake their fries instead of frying their fries. I use seasoning that is heart healthy, which means less sodium. I use canola oil that is cholesterol free. It's like I said, it's just like simple tweaking to your life that can give you a longer life. So if you can come out 12:45, this upcoming year is going to be on February the 19th in 2017. I've already started working on it, because that's just what I do. As soon as the other one is over, I'm on to the next. So there's some interesting things in store. Like I mentioned on the last video, the slogan for his gamer tag. He played video games while he lived. That was his hobby, his pastime. He loved it. So his gamer name was Pusha T. So I created some preventative measures or signs that you may need to go see a doctor or talk to your doctor. So it's his name spells out the signs. So if you come, then you'll get to know what those are. So yeah, hope to see you there. Once again, I apologize for the low video previously, and I apologize that this one is long. appears to be much longer than I thought.